Okay. Like at any given, actually before my mom died, one of the greatest failures I personally feel my mom is that I never got married, because my mom really wanted me to have a family. That is, I think, one of those things I feel bad about it. Yeah, so my mom and my dad both are always pressuring me, just settle down. We want a nice family for you. We want to come to your house. Usituitishie take out tupate mtu anatupikia,
life inasonga.
Yeah, so I introduced both of my exes to my mom, and unfortunately
there are some regrets money can't fix. Not fame, not success, not expensive cars, not business deals. And for Kenyan businessman Khalif Kairo, one regret still follows him everywhere. Not because he lost wealth, but because he lost time. Time with the one person who believed in him before fame, before the interviews, before the flashy lifestyle on social media. His mother. And according to Kairo himself, there is one thing she wanted before she died. One final wish: to see her son settle down, build a family, and become a husband. But that moment never came. And now, years later, the businessman is finally opening up about the pain he has kept hidden behind the cameras, the confidence, and the luxury image many Kenyans know him for. Tonight, we uncover the emotional story behind Khalif Kairo's biggest regret. A story about pressure, family, love, grief, and the painful reality that sometimes success comes too late for the people you wanted to make proud. For many Kenyans online, Khalif Kairo represents ambition, young, very sharp, and successful. The type of man who built a name for himself in the automotive business while many people his age were struggling to figure life out. The luxury cars, business connections, interviews, social media fame, to outsiders, his life looked perfect. But behind the polished image, there was another side people rarely saw. A son trying to make his parents proud. Because in many African homes, success is never complete until one thing happens: marriage. And for Cairo's parents, especially his mother, this mattered deeply. Not because they wanted control over his life, but because they wanted stability for him. A family, a home filled with life, grandchildren, the dream many African parents quietly carry for their children. And according to Kairo, the pressure was constant. Not toxic, not aggressive, but always there.
Okay. Like at any given, actually before my mom died, one of the greatest failures I personally feel my mom is that I never got married, because my mom really wanted me to have a family. That is, I think, one of those things I feel bad about it. Yeah, so my mom and my dad both are always pressuring me, just settle down. We want a nice family for you. We want to come to your house. Usituitishie take out tupate mtu anatupikia,
life inasonga.
Yeah, so I introduced both of my exes to my mom, and unfortunately, she never lived to see me get married. But my dad is still around. He's a good G. Tunaongeanga mwambianga bado na napanga natafuta bado.
Katika my ex ambao uliintroduce kwa mamako, alipenda mgani?
No,
ambaye alifeel kwamba I feel you can go with this one.
My mom was one of the most how do I describe her? Umesikia mtu don't care.
Well, later.
Are you happy?
That's the first thing.
Where are you happy? The other question, does she like you for who you are? Do you trust her? Sawa. No bias. Si wale ati watashinda akikusumbua nini. Yeah, she's very calm.
A reminder from both his mother and father: when are you settling down? During an emotional interview, Kairo revealed something that shocked many viewers. Out of all mistakes he feels he has made in life, his greatest failure was not getting married before his mother died. Think about that carefully. Not business losses, not betrayals, not the scandals, but this, because deep down, he believes he disappointed her. Kairo admitted that his mother always dreamt of visiting his home and finding a complete family setup. Not takeout food, not a bachelor life, not temporary relationships, a real home, a wife, children, a future. And perhaps the most heartbreaking part of his confession was how genuine the regret sounded. This was not a viral social media moment. It sounded personal, raw, real. He explained how both his parents kept encouraging him to settle down, not far from pressure alone, but from love. The kind of love only parents understand, because parents eventually begin worrying about one thing. What happens when we are gone? And maybe his mother simply wanted peace before leaving this world. Peace knowing her son would not be alone. But death came first, and now that dream exists only in memory. In African society, marriage is more than romance. It is considered a life milestone, especially for successful men. And once a man becomes financially stable, the next question always comes, so, when are you marrying? For celebrities, businessmen, politicians, and public figures, the pressure becomes even worse. People expect perfection, but behind that pressure lies something deeper. Parents want continuity, parents want legacy, and family bonds. And Cairo's story reflects something many young Africans silently experience: the struggle between building success and building a personal life. Many people spend years chasing money, believing they still have time for relationships later. But life moves fast. Parents age, people die unexpectedly, and suddenly, the things that once seemed unimportant become the heaviest regrets. That is why Kairo's confession connected emotionally with so many Kenyans online. Because beyond the celebrity image, the story felt human, very human. Kairo also revealed that his mother had met both of his former girlfriends, and surprisingly, she never took sides. According to him, his mother was calm, understanding, and non-judgmental. She only cared about one thing: was her son happy? That alone says a lot about the kind of woman she was, because many parents interfere heavily in relationships. But Cairo described his mother as someone peaceful, someone who trusted him to make his own choices. She didn't create drama, she didn't fight his relationships, she simply observed quietly, supporting from the sidelines. And maybe that made losing her even harder. Because sometimes the gentlest people leave the deepest silence behind. Cairo's words painted the picture of a mother who wanted companionship for her son, but never forced him aggressively. And now, after her death, those memories probably replay in his mind constantly. The conversations, the jokes, the pressure to marry, the introductions, the dreams she had, dreams that never became real. Anyone who has lost a parent understands this truth. Life never feels the same again. Even successful people break. Even rich people cry. And grief has a strange way of changing priorities. Suddenly, the things people chase begin feeling empty. The cars, the money, the clout, and the attention. Because death forces people to confront reality. And for Cairo, it appears his mother's death forced deep reflection. A reflection on family, a reflection on relationships, a reflection on purpose and time. Many people online only see the loud personality, the businessman, the confidence, but grief changes people privately. Some become quieter, some become emotional, some begin reevaluating life choices, and maybe This interview was Kairo's finally releasing emotions he had carried silently for a long time. After his mother's burial, social media began doing what it always does, creating narratives. Some people claimed celebrities abandoned him during his difficult moment, but Cairo strongly rejected those claims. And honestly, his response was mature. He explained that many people attended the burial. The friends, pilots, associates, people from Wilson Airport circles, close friends, but because social media expected huge celebrity appearances, people assumed he had been abandoned. Cairo challenged that thinking directly. He explained something many people forget. Not every public figure is close friends in real life. Taking pictures together does not mean deep friendship. And this part of the interview revealed another truth about fame. Social media creates fake expectations. People think celebrities owe each other public support simply because they know each other online. But real grief is personal, not performative. Cairo even mentioned that musicians Bahati and Willie Paul reached out privately to comfort him.
Like, let's say, let me give a very good example. Bahati called me. Willie Paul called me. Hey, niaje nini nini, Paul about your mom. You see, we are not close. But they called. Hey, Paul, bro, we've seen you've lost. But you see, we are not close. You understand?
Kweli.
So you can't judge him useme ati yako kuja burial. We are not close, but because we're in the same industry in a way, they called. And there are so many of them that called. You understand? So you can't judge them. Another thing, the burial had so many people, and I was so much under stress that day, I couldn't even track everybody.
Kweli.
You understand?
Yeah.
So to achieve the expectation, tunaekanga falsely. Sasa because you think you have a few followers, mi sigetingi point ya watu like, so watu wataka sijui kukuwe na 100 celebrities ama nini. You know, this is a burial. It's a personal family.
And according to him, that was enough. Because they were not extremely close friends anyway. That honestly surprised many viewers. Instead of chasing sympathy, he defended people from unfair criticism. One revelation that shocked many viewers was Kairo disclosing that he is related to the filmmaker Phil Karanja. According to Kairo, Phil is actually his cousin, and he pointed out something interesting. People online ignored family members who showed up, but focused heavily on celebrities who didn't. That statement exposed how modern society often values appearances over genuine relationships. Because at the end of the day, family matters more than clout. And during tragedy, people remember who truly stood beside them, not who posted online, not who tweeted condolences, but who physically showed up, who called, who comforted the family, who stayed present during painful moments. One of the saddest parts of this story is realizing how lonely success can become. From the outside, wealthy young businessmen appear to have everything, but internally, many struggle with emotional emptiness, trust issues, relationship challenges, pressure, public expectations, and constant scrutiny. Cairo's story reminds people that behind every successful public figure is still a human being dealing with family pain like everyone else. Grief does not care about status, and regrets become heavier where there is no way to reverse them. Because no matter how successful Kairo becomes, he can never go back and give his mother that wedding moment she hoped for. That opportunity is gone forever, and maybe that is why his words carried so much pain. This story carries an important lesson. Many young people today are postponing life, postponing relationships, postponing family, postponing meaningful moments, always saying there is still time. But life is unpredictable. Parents age silently, time disappears quietly, and one day people wake up with regrets they can never fix. That does not mean everyone must rush into marriage. No. But it reminds people not to ignore the people who matter most while chasing success. Because eventually, achievements mean little if the people you wanted to celebrate with are no longer alive. And perhaps that is the deepest pain Kairo carries today. Not simply losing his mother, but losing the chance to fulfill one of her final dreams. At the end of the day, Kairo's story is not really about celebrity life. It is about regret, the kind many people carry silently. The phone calls never made, the time never spent, the promises never fulfilled, and maybe somewhere tonight, someone watching this video still has the chance Cairo no longer has. A chance to appreciate their parents, a chance to spend more time with family, a chance to stop postponing important things because life changes suddenly. And once someone is gone, no amount of money, influence, or fame can bring back missed moments. For Khalif Cairo, the cars remain, the businesses remain, the success remains, but one wish from his mother will forever remain unfulfilled. And if this story touched you, subscribe for more deep African stories, untold truths, and emotional documentaries. This is Cash Media Kenya. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.